Hello my dear students, let us start our today's class. First I would like to discuss the answers for the questions which I have given in last class. First question was, where should be the position of the object if the image formed by a concave mirror is observed to be? First question was virtual, erect and larger than the object. If the image is virtual, erect and larger than the object, then the object should be in between pole and focus. And for next question, if the image is real, inverted and same in size, for that condition, object should be at center of curvature. Now for next question, write the Snell's law. For Snell's law, you have to write only the second law of refraction. That is, the ratio of the sine of the incident angle to the sine of the refracted angle is constant for a pair of two media and for a particular wavelength of light. That is, sin I equals to sin R, where I is the incident angle and R is the refracted angle, is equals to constant. This constant is known as the refractive index. That much. And for refractive index, I would like to discuss it after first topic of today's class. And for question number 3, find the refractive index of a material if angle of incidence of a ray of light is 45 degree and angle of refraction in the material is 30 degree. Means here incident angle I is 45 degree and refracted angle R is 30 degree. So from Snell's law, n equals to sin I equal by sin R. You have to substitute the value of I and R. Then sin 45 equals to 1 by root 2 and sin 30 equals to half. You just substitute the value and after calculation we will get refractive index is equals to 1.4. Now let us discuss absolute refractive index. Absolute refractive index of a medium is defined as the ratio of the speed of light in vacuum or air to the speed of light in the medium. That means for absolute refractive index, we have to consider the first medium as vacuum or air and second medium any of our interest. As we know, for refraction of light, we need two medium of different optical density. For absolute refractive index, first medium is always vacuum or air. Clear? So what is the absolute refractive index? It is the ratio of speed of light in air or vacuum and speed of light in the medium. If speed of light in vacuum we can consider as c and the speed of light in that medium is v, then n is equals to c by v. Here c is the speed of light in vacuum or air and which is all we know, c is equals to 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Now students see, velocity of light through any medium is always less than the velocity of light through vacuum. Means c is always greater than v. Therefore, the refractive index n will be always greater than 1. And as n equals to c by v with same unit, therefore refractive index is a pure number and it has no unit. Now my dear students, I want to discuss last class topic where we have discussed the cause of refraction of light. There we have discussed the cause of refraction of light is mainly due to the different optical density. As due to the different optical density, denser or rarer medium, the velocity of light changes with the optical density. So see here, n is equals to c by v, means refractive index depend on the v and which is the velocity of light in through any medium. And as we know, velocity changes with respect to their optical density. So as optical density will change, v will also change. Therefore, refractive index will also change. And also, according to the Snell's law, refractive index n equals to sin I by sin r, means if I is constant, then also r will depend on the denominator term, that is on v. Clear? So v is directly related to the sin r. Clear? As v will change, sin r will change. If though the I is constant, incident angle is constant, with as v will change corresponding to different optically denser or rarer medium, refractive index will change. Clear? Now let us discuss relative refractive index. For that, we will consider two different medium with two different optical density. Let the light goes from first to the second medium, then the refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1 is known as the relative refractive index of medium 2. Let me repeat again. We have to consider two different medium with different optical density. If light goes from first to second medium, always refractive index will be the refractive index of the second medium with respect to the first medium. And now we will use the relation of absolute refractive index, mean n equals to c by b. Means n is equals to velocity of light in medium 1 to the speed of light in medium 2. So n21 will be v1 by v2. If we consider v1 is the speed of light in medium 1 and v2 is the speed of light in medium 2. Now n21 is equals to v1 by v2. This is our first equation. Now multiply and divide the right hand side of equation 1 by c, the velocity of light. Then what we will get? n21 equals to v1 into c by v2 into c. Now arrange them like n21 equals to c by v2 into v1 by c. Then what we will get? n21 equals to c by v2 to c by v1. Now according to the relation of absolute refractive index, what is n1? n1 is c by v1, c by v1, which is the absolute refractive index of medium 1. Means if light enters from air to medium 1, then n1 is the absolute refractive index of that medium. And if light enters from air to second medium, then n2 is the absolute refractive index of the second medium. So in equation 2, we can substitute c by v2 as n2 and c by v1 as n1. So what we will get? Hence equation 2 can be written as n21 equals to n2 by n1. Thus relative refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1 is defined as the ratio of absolute refractive index of medium 2 to the absolute refractive index of medium 1. With respect to velocity, n is v1 by v2, but with respect to absolute refractive index, n21 is n2 by n1. Clear? You just compared with equation 1. n21 we can write as v1 by v2. Also that n21 we can represent by n2 by n1. Clear? Now we will compare this relation with Snell's law. What we have learned in Snell's law? In Snell's law, n21 is equals to sin I by sin r. Now just combine these two equations. What we will get? Sin I by sin r equals to n2 by n1. So sin I by sin r equals to n2 by n1 or n1 sin I equals to n2 sin r. Just cross multiply them, we will get this relation. This is also another form of Snell's law. Now let us discuss explanation of bending of light. Means now we will discuss why light bends towards the normal or away from the normal while it enters from one medium to another medium. Now first consider while light enters from rarer medium to denser medium. Rarer medium means here optically rarer medium and denser means optically denser medium. Now today we have learnt N is equals to C by V. Now which medium is optically rarer, through that medium velocity will be high, and which is optically denser, through that medium velocity will be low. Say here we have considered the first medium with absolute refractive index N1 which is rarer, and the second mediums with absolute refractive index N2 which is denser medium. So velocity of light through first medium V1 will be greater than V2. So N1 will be less than N2. Now according to Snell's law, sin I by sin r equals to N2 by N1. And here as N2 is greater than N1, so N2 by N1 will be greater than 1. Therefore, sin I by sin r will be also greater than 1. Hence, we can conclude sin I is also greater than sin r, means I will be greater than r, means incident angle will be greater than the refracted angle. Means the refracted ray makes less angle with the normal as compared to the angle made by the incident ray with the normal. Hence, the refracted ray will bend towards the normal. Now let us discuss why light enters from any denser medium to rarer medium. Means here first medium we will consider with refractive index N2 and second medium with refractive index N1. Means light will travel from the medium with absolute refractive index N2 to the medium with absolute refractive index N1. As we like before, N2 is greater than N1 here, same. So according to the Snell's law, sin I by sin r will be N1 by N2. See, for the previous condition, sin I by sin r was N2 by N1 and here N1 by N2, because here second medium is the N1 medium and first medium is the N2 medium. And sin I r by sin r means absolute refractive index of the second medium by the absolute refractive index of the first medium. So now N1 by N2 is less than 1. Therefore, sin I by sin r is also less than 1. Therefore, I is also less than r. Means here refracted angle is greater than the incident angle. Therefore, while light will travel from any denser to rarer medium, it will bend away from the normal. Now let us discuss the next condition when light falls perpendicular to the interface of two medium. Now for normal incidence we know incident angle I will be 0, therefore sin I will be sin 0 means 0. Now according to Snell's law, you just substitute the value of sin 0 and we will get r is also equals to 0. Means if incident angle I is 0, r is also 0. Means if light travels along the normal, there is no bending of light. Means light will not change its path, it will travels along its own direction. Now next condition when light goes from one medium to another medium of same refractive index, means N1 is equals to N2. Now here you just N1 is equals to N2 means N2 by N1 will be 1. Therefore, you just substitute the value in Snell's law. What we will get? I is equals to R. Thus, there will be also no refraction of light. Now, next we will discuss refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1 is reciprocal of the refractive index of medium 1 with respect to medium 2. Now, as we know, N21, that is refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1 is given by V1 by V2. This is the relation what we have discussed today for relative refractive index. So, N21 is equals to V1 by V2. Now, if we consider the first medium as the second medium and second medium as the first medium, then refractive index of medium 1 with respect to 2 will be N12 equals to V2 by V1. Now multiply these two equations, what we will get? N12 into N21 is equals to 1, or we can conclude N12 equals to N21. Now see students, after this discussion, how many relations already we have learned? These 6 relations will help us to solve many numericals, and as these new relations are very, very important, let us recall them. First relation we have learned refractive index N equals to sin I by sin R. Absolute refractive index N equals to C by V. Then relative refractive index N21 equals to V1 by V2. Next, the same relative refractive index we can write also as N21 equals to N2 by N1. And there is another form of Snell's law, that is N1 sin I equals to N2 sin R. And the last one, N12 is equals to N21. Now next I am giving few numericals regarding today's class, and here my dear students, I will advise you to submit the assignment day by day before your clarification time. If you face any problem regarding understanding of today's class, you please contact me. You just text me through my WhatsApp number. I will call you and I will clarify your doubts during the clarification time. And you all are advised to submit your assignment day by day. As the record of the submission we will keep in our notebook, not to face any problem in future, as the record are noted down by all the teachers. The submission of students, we are keeping record who are submitting or who are not submitting or not clarifying the doubts. So you all are advised to contact the respective subject teachers, and you just submit your assignment day by day. Thank you.